What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Asia session stream. I hope you guys are doing great. I am doing amazing as usual. Today, I took one trade, one win, and ended up being able to secure my second payout on those set of accounts, which is huge. Which is huge. I am gonna show my dashboard, guys. Don't worry. I'm gonna show my journal. I'm gonna show everything. Um, so very happy I was able to, in 14 trading days, was able to secure more than $22,200 on 550K select accounts. So W's. Today was good. And yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna go through the trades that I took. I took one trade actually, but through I actually also took a trade with you guys during the trading floor. Ended up not working out, and it was absolutely choppy for the rest of the day anyways. So not really worried about this one. It was on an eval. So yeah, remember what I said yesterday. What did I say yesterday? What did I say? The closure of Tuesday was gonna be. Did I say it was gonna be bullish or bearish? I said it was gonna be bearish. Did I think price was gonna displace all the way back down towards 31? No. To be honest, no. I'm not a wizard. I don't know how deep price will get within this range, but I can have a pretty good read on the bias overall. And here I was able to see that price had a lot of chances of closing bearish within this print, and we saw the aggressive push right during the Asia Open. And you see, as soon as we left the stream, exactly the displacement we were looking for, which is, look, this is what we were trading with yesterday. A 50 handle range, not even a 50 handle range, a 41 handle range. What do you want me to do there? I went break even yesterday, so again, like 5th break even on the Asia session, but at least I'm not taking any losses. Still have a pretty clean record anyways. So yeah, so what am I seeing for this Asia session? You guys know, when a higher time frame candle closes bearish, I am not gonna look for longs until proven otherwise. Okay, if I take out my fib from the low, so from the high to the low of that print right here, okay, I would look only for longs at the moment that we start trading above 38, which is 70% of the previous candle. Once we have this, I'm going to tell myself that this right here, the low formed within this daily candle, is potentially going to be the low of the day, and I should look for longs to also see the previous daily high rather than trying to look for trades within the range. Okay, this is my thesis. So currently I am bearish. I would want to see 53 being taken out, which is, I would say, the low hanging fruit target, and using 53 as stops in order to run even lower back towards 41. Okay, I think we have a pretty strong closure. We have structure being formed on the daily chart. We are forming a breaker block, so a change in a state of delivery on the daily chart. This is very rare that we'll see such big displacements or big break of structures on the daily chart that are so clean, and currently this is what we're seeing. So I would anticipate this to happen on the daily. Okay, and if I anticipate that the next candle will be bearish, then anything above this current daily candle's opening price is going to be used as a fake out, as a way to trap buyers into thinking that price will most likely reverse, when in reality this candle is filled with sellers ready to defend their positions and generating new lows in the market. So for me, I am also projecting that the next candle has more chances of closing bearish than bullish. So until we trade back above 70% of the previous print, I am never going to look for longs, okay, on the daily. So that's for the daily bias. Could I take a long on the lower time frames and move, leave for a 20 point scalp? Of course, but in terms of like daily bias, I am still going to be looking for shorts overall. So how did you guys do today? I know I was with Joey this morning, and we asked you guys that question, but we saw 50% of you guys being green. Does that really make sense? Was there really 98% of you guys being green today? It could happen, you know, but I don't know. Usually it's more 50-50. It's more, no, it's more 40-60. More 40-60. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go over my my journal, my dashboard, and we're gonna see in real time Amos showing his stats and what he was able to make within the last 14 trading days. Okay, so make sure if you have any questions, type them in the chat. This is not to brag, this is not to flex, this is just to inspire. Okay, I know this is everyone says that. If you want me to be completely honest, it's a little bit of both, but it's mostly to inspire you guys, okay, and show you guys that it's possible, because I'm here with you guys every single day. I show you how I read my bias, how I read my higher time frame candles, the importance of having a a system that is mechanical, that you backtest it with years of data. There's a lot of things that you can, there's a lot of gems that we throw out throughout those sessions. So yeah, make sure to take some notes. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here, and right there, let's see, boom, look, wow, damn, that's a screenshot right there. Last time I said that I was gonna make some videos, or like take videos of my setup and take pictures of my setup for Instagram, but I ended up just requesting the payout in 5 seconds, so I did not really mind. And yeah, today I am definitely gonna wait until like 10-11 p.m. Gonna take some LARPing pictures for sure. But yeah, so in total, 13 trading days on those accounts, a profit of $4,175. So I am gonna be able to request $2,000. 2,000. What is it? 175. 2,000 and like 75 or 80. No, 90. Yeah, 2009 per account. Almost there. Or 80, 85, 88. Almost 2,100 per account. So for a total of 10,400. That's what I'm going to be requesting tonight, US. I am going to go here in my journal, and you guys will be able to see what happened, okay? Because my net PNL within those accounts is 31,723, and you guys can see here the accounts that are selected are only funded, okay? Select accounts. And here, one thing that is truly shocking is the average win-loss, 3.88. What? How is that even possible if I have a 1-to-1? No, because I have bigger trade. I had days with big winners, so I guess that's how they calculate that. But so I started those accounts on the 29th. Made a huge day on FOMC. You guys know about it already. I put my stop loss to break even, let that ride, and made above $4,100 per account. Built a buffer for myself. Then next day, of course, I lose. The day after, I win. The day after, I lose. The day after, I win. I win, and then I request the payout on Friday. That's good. So I already had a first payout being locked in of 11,700. And at that point, I knew I only had $2,300 left in my accounts. So that meant that there was two things I could have done. Number one, taking it slow with $250 days, and request another payout from it. And I would go for a smaller payout and just go for base hits, or trying to build another buffer from one big trade with the same exact risk, but instead of taking profits at a 1-to-1, you let it ride and you try to make at least 1,000 to 1,200. And this is exactly what I did. So on the 8th, this is the day that on 7th, this is the day that I requested the payout. So then on the 10th, sorry, on Monday, I lost the first trade, won the second, so ended up being break even. On Tuesday, the 11th, it was an amazing trade that I took, went 70 handles below the low that I was trying to target. Ended up making $1,200 on 5 accounts. So that right here, I put my stop loss to break even, tried to go for a little bit of a bigger trade, but using the same exact framework, and worked out perfectly for me. And at that point, I had my buffer being built. I was back at $3,500 per account. So at that point, when you have such a big buffer, some people asked me yesterday on Twitter, they were like, why are you entering for $250 days? Why not? I already have built a buffer for myself. This is literally free money. Why am I going to try to risk like the money in my account where I just need to go for smaller days? You know, this is just dumb in my opinion. So then I went for base hits. Lost on Friday. You guys remember that I took that trade live with you guys on the trading floor, lost it. Then Monday I won, and today I won. So for the people who are going to say 100 trades in one day or 40 trades in one day, this is on 5 accounts. So you can divide that by 5 immediately, which makes it 20. And the reason why there was some days with more than 5 trades, which is 1 trade in a day, or 10, which would be 2, or 25, which would be 5, is because sometimes, but basically Tradeify asks you to do $250 days for it to count as a winning day. Okay, so for it to count as a winning day, you need to make 250. So if you're at 230 or 235, it doesn't count as a winning day. But I am going for winning days. So there was moments where I had $242 of profits, and I needed $8. So I was just scalping with one micro, you know, buy, sell, buy, sell. I was just buying and selling with one micro, trying to make 20 bucks, which is the reason why I had so many trades on that day. And that day also, no, that day, I don't remember exactly. I think I was up on that day and ended up losing the rest, which was bad. But yeah, that's pretty much everything here, guys. So let me ask me some questions if you have any. But within that set of accounts, I was able to request to this payout right here that I will request tonight. It will be 22,100 in 14 trading days. So very, very happy with the way that I approached things there. And not every day was easy, I won't lie. Some days I really wanted to, you know, after the loss, I really wanted to get my get back. But what kept me mentally healthy was knowing that I already built my buffer, and it was literally free money. Once you build that buffer, it's literally free money. And you know, I took it slow, and yeah. So let's see, let me pull out the chat here, my brothers. Big leagues, yes, of course. Hey Amos, when you take a payout, does the buffer you have created stay as part of the profits for the next round, or does it wipe back down to 150k? So on 150k selects or selects in general, you can only request 50% of your current balance. So if my balance was 4,200, then I can only request $2,100 per account times 5, which would be 10,500, okay, in total. So then if I request this, then there will be $2,100 left in drawdown after I was able to request that payout. So then usually this is what I was talking about earlier, is that when I have 2,100 left, okay, I can either go for consistent base hits of 250 or try to go for a bigger trade, build another buffer, and then go for flip days. My phone, it keeps ringing. 2 seconds. What the hell is this? Oh. That. My phone kept ringing like back to back. Did you guys hear this? Wait, let me turn off the notification on my phone, because this is crazy, bro. I am gonna mute this group. Chat notification settings 424 chat, mute all until I unmute them. Thank you, thank God. Holy shit, my phone kept ringing. I thought something happened, but my fault, chat. So yeah, this is what happens when you request a payout. So you get back to 50% of your balance. That's on select accounts. So yeah. How much buffer do you build before a payout? Usually 4,000. 4,000 and then I request. Or I would say 3,500 and I request. Hamas, if you could get $100 million tomorrow, but you're chased by a snail for the rest of your life that always knows where you're at, if it touches you, you die instantly. Do you take the money? What are you talking about? No, I don't take the money. 100 million is pure greed, bro. You don't even need that. Thanks for sharing your journey. Appreciate you, Ron. Thank you, thank you. How do you trade 5 accounts at the same entry with a copy trader? With a copy trader. So there's a copy trader on Tradeify. You can go on Tradeify and create a copy trader for yourself. So I can show you guys how to do it, actually, if you guys want. Let me do that. Do you guys want me to show you how to create a copy trader on Tradeify? Let me know in the chat right now who wants me to show how to put the copy trader on. Not even 1 hour. Okay. Let me read the chat here. Let me share my screen here so I show you guys exactly how to do it. So I'll share my screen here. Can you guys see the screen well? So let me pull up the chat at the same time. No. Someone said no. Yes, okay. So you go here, okay, on your accounts, and you click on, okay, so let's say this is the copy tree that I already built, but let's say you click on manage groups. Okay, let me get rid of this one actually. How do I get rid of it? I don't even know how to get rid of that one. Okay, it's not even get, wait, I can do this. Can I get rid of it? Okay, let's just do this. Okay, so you click on manage groups, okay? And after you click on manage groups, you click on the plus here for the group name. And then you click on, I don't know, you click if you want Tradeify. And then you click OK. And then now, once you have that group name, you slide all the accounts that you have here. Boom, boom, boom. So let's say these are my funded accounts. So these were, this is what I'm going to slide here. And I'm going to click on save. Okay, and the quantity is already set up at 1. Okay, so since the quantity is already set up at 1, it means that here, if I want to enter a trade, then I need to set the quantity here at 5. Okay, so that means I'm going to enter 1 by 1 with 1 contract. Usually I trade minis, so I don't usually enter more than 1 or 2 minis. So that usually I don't necessarily need to enter like by clicking a lot. So then how do you put an order on Tradeify? Then, you know, that you can know it on yourself, but it's just left click right here and you put a buy limit. I always enter buys on a buy limit or enter sells on a sell limit. So you click left click below price and you put a buy limit, or you left click above price and you put a sell limit, and then the buy stop would be the stop loss of the sell limit, and a sell stop would be the stop loss of a buy limit. Okay, so that's pretty easy. And then I have my positions running right here, which I can see my 5 accounts running at the same time. So that's how I do it to copy trade usually. But if you want to copy trade through Tradeify, not Tradeify, through TradingView, so some people really want to chart on TradingView and want to copy trade on TradingView, then you would need a third-party trade copier. You know, that is for sure needed if you want to copy trade from TradingView immediately. So let me come back in 15 seconds. All right. Hamas, what about the growth accounts after I pass? Do we need to make a buffer after passing it? Yes, of course. Of course. Make sure you read the rules of the accounts before you buy it. That's very important. But yes, you have a profit target to reach on the growth account and on the lightning funded account. You don't have a profit target though on the select account. So you don't, like, if you make 1,000, you can request 500, but just know that your drawdown now is just 500. It's not, it's like once you request a payout, your drawdown comes back to the initial account balance that you had when you purchased the account. So if it was a 150K account and you made 1,000 with 5 winning days and you want to request 500, just know that there's $500 left in your drawdown. That's for sure. Okay. So hope that's clear. So hope that little explanation on how to copy trade your accounts through Tradeify helped you. I think you can find plenty of videos in on YouTube or probably on Twitter also. You could find that. Let me come back to those questions here. How do you get rid of being scared while copy trading? Good question. I would say size, number one. Once you start copy trading, don't start copy trading 5 accounts immediately. I think that's a that's something that you should do when you're more experienced. I think you should be copy trading 2 accounts at first, then maybe get into 3, maybe get into 4, and then 5, or if you requested a lot of payouts with 2 accounts and you are very confident, then scale up. But I would say in general, how do you get rid of it? Number one, size down, and number two, make sure that you don't scale too quickly, because there is nothing that you can do to prevent you being stressed or feeling those emotions when you copy trade. What's your strat? My strat. I'll definitely go over what I see. I went over what I saw. You can come back also, but I am gonna go over what I see with Afiz, which is gonna join us within the next few minutes. So and sisters, yes, for sure. I know when I say my brothers, I mean my brothers and sisters. Mm, yeah, Kate, don't stay up during London if it's not if you need to sleep. That's very bad for you. What's the best account according to you, growth or select? It's really depending on your style. Growths are good, man. They're so good. They're so good. I would go for select right now, but growths are like, all the accounts are so close from each other. You guys don't even know. They're so close from each other. I love every account. Moss, are you a scalper or a swing trader? I consider myself being a scalper. You know, I don't hold my trades for more than 5-10 minutes, so yeah, I consider myself being a scalper, especially a prop firm scalper. Yes, that's how you can call me. We're probably gonna see the immediate distribution towards that daily low. If we see the push, you can see that daily candle opened up higher or now below the daily open. If we don't see any strength from the sellers now, we are probably gonna flush back towards that daily low even before 8 p.m. opens. And you guys know that the type of trades that I look for, usually it is to scalp the daily high or the daily low, depending on the strongness of the closure, the previous daily close. And here my bias is going short towards that daily low. It's time for us to bring the brother, the legend, Afiz. Let's bring him in. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Yo, what's up, man? How's it going?
Doing great. What about you?
Pretty bad, bro. I had a good morning session, and hopefully I get anything in Asia today.
Yeah, nice.
Heck yeah, bro! For my first winning trade of the New York AM session for all of August. Isn't that crazy?
I feel like summer months, if you're not scalping, it's hard.
It's been hard for me, but today was good. Today I finally got on side, and yeah, I was trading on some Tradeify like instant funded accounts, and I just heard talking about which accounts are best. You got to consider that consistency rule too, right? Because the select accounts are amazing. It's like there's no consistency, I don't think.
Yeah, no consistency. There's just consistency during the eval.
Yeah, Like on like my instant funded accounts, there's like 20% consistency, right? So you got to be careful of that.
Yeah.
I also think selects are like the best accounts in the space right now.
I agree. I think they are the best, but the growths are like some traders will benefit more from buying growth and from buying lightning funded accounts than select, depending on your style. That's what I think. I think every trader has
a bit.
Yeah, I think every trader has its own.
Like daily payout and like flex payout accounts are also kind of good for your mental in a way.
Yeah, very.
Full accounts, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. So if can you walk us through the trade that you took this morning? I want to visualize exactly what you saw.
Sure,
but
let's do it.
Wait, let me try to guess the trade that you took.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Okay, shit.
This is day 3 of you going through my model with me. I'm pretty sure by this point, by day 3 or 4, you're gonna get it. It's either this time or on Thursday. You're gonna have a full understanding.
Okay. Let me click here. Okay. Let me go on the hourly first. Okay. Okay, so we had an SMT. No, okay. Let me go on the daily first. Daily,
yes,
you
sir.
had
even start on the weekly. Maybe even start on the weekly.
Okay, we start on the weekly. Okay, weekly, we swept the previous weekly high. We are displacing very aggressively below the weekly open. This candle is probably going to close bearish with the amount of displacement that we have. We capitulated over a big portion of that candle, so now we are flipping bearish, and we want to see that previous weekly low and also that unfilled gap right below it. Number one. Let's see if there's any SMTs. And of course, there's also an SMT here at this high on the weekly with ES. Should I have ES or YM?
Ideally, you'd have both actually. Yeah. You can look at just ES today though.
Okay, so here we have an SMT on the weekly, which gives us even more conviction. Then we go down to the daily chart. When we opened up, we were displacing very aggressively below the daily open. And we had resting liquidity right below us. So that daily low here and this daily low just right there also. And we are breaking very aggressively. Plus we have that unfilled weekly gap. So we want to trade back into it. So then if we have strong confirmations like those, especially with the SMTs, we would look for a lower time frame SMT to get formed that is aligning with our bias to then try to short back towards our higher time frame objective. So then I go to let me go here on the hourly. So here, if I go on the hourly chart, I can see that ES swept the 8 AM high while NQ did it. And then I scale down to the 1 minute chart. 1 minute chart right here. And I would look for, if I was you, I'd look for a change in the state of delivery. I know you look at the 3 minute chart a lot. The 2, the 1. Okay, so on the 1, it would be here, so 75. So as soon as you see a strong closure below 75, this is the moment where you would try to anticipate shorts. You wait. Right here, exactly, this is where you sell. I have like my stop loss right there. And I try to target that weekly gap.
That weekly unfilled gap, yeah. You're not too far off, man. Your analysis there is pretty much very similar to what I did. A couple of small differences, but realistically, that was the idea. Yeah, and I took it off right at that gap tag of the week.
Okay, right at the gap tap, exactly. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why I was holding.
Yeah, I don't mess around with those higher time frame gaps.
Yeah, weekly gap, you're tripping if you're holding past that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that was like most of the analysis was here.
That was like 80% of it. The only thing, there's a couple things I'll add. Honestly, you didn't miss much. I think, like I said, by day 4 or 5, pretty sure you're gonna know my model. So I can share my screen and go through the couple of things.
Yeah, let's go over that. What's up, Nick? You have no stop loss butcher in the chat. How are you doing, my brother? Swiss Nick.
If they throw on my screen, I can go through it.
I think we see your screen right now. Yeah.
Oh, you do? Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you kind of nailed it right there. So there's a couple of things we're looking at, right? We have this weekly candle opening high, like you mentioned. And typically speaking, if we have Monday form an opposing run, i.e. the high of the week, and we start to expand away from that, I become very one-sided for the entire weekly candles. You know how last week we talked about the potential for price to maybe diverge inside this gap and then go higher? That thesis becomes largely invalidated when you see Monday form the counter of the weekly range, it's wick, and then you see this bearish expansion. And we're going to look in a lower time frame. You're going to see gaps. You're also going to look at this candle's range. See, all the gaps inside of this candle's range are being invalidated. So by today, Tuesday, second day of the week, you're very one-sided. Now, that's the first thing. So now we have a directional bias. It's always very important. Now, we want to frame, like I said, this swing point with a bit more than just this sweep. We want to use, again, those cracks in correlation like you talked about, just to make sure that we can, trade this C2 because it still has 3 days before it closes, right? We don't know where it's going to close, and we don't even know if it's going to close the reversal candle. No, we're partial to that idea because of obviously how bearish it is right now. But we want to confirm the high of this weekly candle with something. We do a few things. The first thing we notice is that we have this very spaced out divergence with the all-time highs. That was last week, right? Nasdaq's nowhere near its all-time high, and the other assets here clearly ran out their all-time highs. That's the first thing. Now, this is where we use something that's very, very telling about how this weekly candle formed. Do you see how Nasdaq here is much weaker? You're way further away from its high. It wouldn't make sense for the weaker asset, in this case, to close bullish while the stronger asset closes bearish. So that was last week we were saying, there's definitely something going on here, right? Either we're going to reverse from this high, or we're going to continue to, get up to these high and break this SMT that exists like this. So look at how this weekly candle opens. It kind of tells us a whole story. On Monday, right, this is the Monday close, we already see that this weaker asset has swept out the previous week high, while this stronger asset is very much so bearish. Look at this. This gap forms its daily close at the low. That's not really how we expect a fair value gap to react. I mean, I saw the trade you took last week on that 1 minute gap. Your words really stuck with me for my analysis today too. And that's if you don't see a reaction like that, right, you're not interested in that gap, because gaps shouldn't be, traded into and then lingered in and then form reversals. That's more likely to see the gap kind of fail than it is to actually see that reversal. So this close on Monday pretty much tells us the whole story. And the reason is that we're obviously failing to manipulate this low, at least on Monday's candle on the Dow. Now, Nasdaq is very far away from that same low. And as we know, if markets are going to trade, right, correlated, they're probably going to take out the same highs and lows. SMTs only form when reversals form. So this isn't reversing. So we would just say, part of our model would be this is a failure to manipulate this low. Manipulation just means reshaping from where, right? So then we draw, our eye draws to these two assets. Now, obviously you can see, this is what we talked about last week, which is kind of calling back some of the topic we did about strength. If Dow is the weakest, we expect Nasdaq to be the strongest and ES to be the middle asset. And we'll see the exact inverse. So when Nasdaq is the strongest, we expect Dow to be the weakest and ES once again to be the middle. So this SMT down here, right, that is formed with these three assets, we expect ES to break next. So when ES breaks, let me actually go back a couple. Let's go into the 4-hour chart just to show you what I mean by that. So when ES takes out this low, now you can see, look at this chart. We have the Dow. I'll get rid of these lines. We have the Dow trading into, the previous weekly low. Clearly in here, we're not reversing, right? That's this is just consolidation and continuation through it. ES now, we have a question. If we're going to reverse from this low, that means that Nasdaq might also form SMT and Dow could reverse from the low. If I see this asset here fail to quickly V-shape, you got to recognize we're getting closer and closer to Nasdaq breaking that low as well. So this asset's the weakest. We'll call this the leading asset. This asset's the middle, or in this case, the middle asset, because it broke the SMT second. Now this one is the lagging one. And all we have to do for today's analysis is say, is the lagging asset going to form an SMT, or is the lagging asset going to get down to that low? And we have a mechanical way with my model to actually define that. And that's going to be the form of strength switching, which is just a fancy way of saying this asset here, it really has nothing to draw into, right? If we look left, we have this swing. Now this is the range. Look how deep in this range we are. We're like really near the bottom of the range. This asset in the same range, right? Let's look at the same range, is extremely, extremely high in the range. So our analysis becomes very easy. We want to see this asset get much weaker in this daily candle, while this asset does anything but reverse, meaning it can do this, trace, it can do this, consolidate. We just don't want to see this asset start to do this, because that's when we could expect maybe something like this would form. So looking at what happens into the session, that gives us our whole bias for the day. I'm going to play out candles till 6 a.m. The new 4-hour open at 6. Immediately, look at this. 1800 opens, and this daily candle starts to look like this. So that would be what the daily candle looks like. It's consolidating. Whereas this asset, look how far away it is from its open. It's expanding to get down to the same low. That's a good sign. That means that we're very, very unlikely to leave this low in the market. We're waiting here, and we're waiting here for this asset to come and take that low. So by the time we open up at New York, I have a very one-sided bias because of this expansion towards the low. Okay, this is a form of strength switching in the market. But now I need a key level, like we always talk about. Well, that key level is right here. See how this asset has a gap? 4-hour gap. Remember I said about highs and lows of days being made from these 4-hour gaps? Well, in this case, you can see our high of day right here is what we're diverging with Dow. So Dow comes in, sweeps out the high of day. We'll call that an SMT, just a regular SMT. Okay. NASDAQ is so spaced out from that high of day right here. It's actually diverging all the way down here with this gap. So I'm saying this here, 6 a.m., that's the high of this 4-hour candle. And what's left for it to do at 9:30 now? Because this right here, you can see, is 9:30. Let's play it right to 9:30. That's our really spaced out divergence in the gap. Only one thing left to do at 9:30, deliver to the draw. This asset here is waiting. Clearly, we can see this is consolidating. This asset here is very much similar. Again, middle asset, right? It's definitely weaker than Dow. Dow makes a much deeper retracement, but it's also not expanding. It's only this asset that's expanding. Then you nailed it on the head. Right at 9:30, I'm looking for some sort of sequence to get involved. And for me, I already have the established high of the 4-hour candle. What do we have? Range. There's only one key level in this range. It's this gap. So I'm expecting 9:30 to react using this gap, using the driver. So as we see at the open, we see this candle open high into the gap. And that's where you see, like you mentioned, that SMT with the ES, right?
You always use 30-minute gaps.
Right? 30-minute or 15-minute gaps, right? Okay. When they're close to the point of reversal, which is right here, of this 4-hour candle. As we get deeper in the range, I'll be using 1-hour gaps simply because more time has passed, and we've typically, looking left, taken out lows. So as we expand further into the range, a 15-minute gap down here is not going to be relevant to me. It's probably going to want to form some sort of hourly gap. But on the driver, especially 9:30, there's so much volatility in the market, and I already have a range defined from this low to this high. This gap is the only place we can go lower from. Now, again, I use one more Kraken correlation, your favorite term, which is ESP, to confirm a swing point. But that's, at this point in time, it's not necessary for the analysis to be true. So here's the key level. It's a refined key level, meaning I have a range away from my point of reversal up here. As you can see, this asset has a down close candle. This asset closes as an up close candle. Now that is interesting because, like you just said, it was NASDAQ that took out the hourly high, right? Or in this case, the 30-minute high. Look at NASDAQ come in and sweep out this high. Why is the weaker asset here, ES, closing bullish? And why is the stronger asset, which made this higher high, closing bearish? That was that idea of a strength switch. They crack in the correlation. This is manipulation to go lower. That shouldn't happen. Ideally, we'd want to see strong assets stay strong, weak assets stay weak. That's how normal markets booked, right? And YM in this case, nothing left. If you look left here, right, we look at YM, we're definitely not going to be able to short anything down here because the only draw on liquidity is this low, which is really, like we said, deep in that range. Whereas NASDAQ has this SMT to break. But this is what we look for. We look for NASDAQ on that open to get down and break that SMT. And then, like you said, it's just about using a refined entry now. So for me, because the driver in here gives me this V shape, if you look, up, then down, pretty much one candle, right? As soon as we CSD here, that's a mechanical entry for me. Like that, covering the bodies and targeting that. As you notice, we don't actually CSD here. You can see we do not close below this candle. So instead, I just use the 15-minute closure as a precision swing point. I say this should be the high. I don't want to see a deep retracement of that high. So I would just simply sell the market here. Create a limit order, or create a market order. I'll just sell at the opening price of that new 50-minute candle, cover the bodies in the 5-minute, like that. And I'm going to be targeting that low. And you can see, right, we open this candle, the new 50-minute candle now has our invalidation at the high. And then eventually we deliver to the low. Now this 10 a.m. candle comes all the way back in, right, to the range. It doesn't matter. The true invalidation is all the way up here. Right? Realistically, it should be here. But for risk to reward reasons, as you know, I demand 2R. So I'm okay with using the bodies when we have a bulky series of candles in this case. Like you said, on the 2-minute, 3-minute, all these higher time from intermediate time frame charts, we have these really bulky opposing candles. So I'm okay with just covering that high. And then, so that was pretty much exactly what you laid out on all lower time frames. The only thing that changed in my analysis that was different was just that weekly and 4-hour perspective. And yeah, pretty much the same idea.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm getting better at. But we already have a very similar style. It's just I would say like the overall context sometimes that you use is like you're gonna use a little bit more discretion in the sense of you're gonna be like, oh, there is no way we go there, or because you saw that happening in the past, but you cannot, like, it's pretty much slightly discretion, I would say, discretionary, or like you would use YM, and you're gonna be like, yeah, there's no way we go there, it's too far, or this is the only draw, you know, when in reality I don't necessarily have that in my trading, but most of it is very similar. I don't use SMTs. The only way I use SMTs is for exits.
Yeah, like you mentioned that last time for sure.
Yeah, because
like scalps. To say that YM wouldn't go down here today, right? Like for me, it's not really about the fact that maybe like YM might not expand. It's just if I look at this range, if all assets are gonna go lower, I just want the asset that's highest in the range, right? This asset shouldn't leave this as an SMT if all assets are gonna trade lower in the weekly candle. All assets should probably get into the gap, right? Weekly gap, weekly gap, weekly gap. At this day, I don't like trading after consecutive expansion candles, right? Look at this. Friday here, we see this pretty large, like bodied small wick candle. That's an expansion candle. Then Monday specifically, look at the difference. While NASDAQ is forming a reversal, that C2 candle with a large wick, look at YM. It's forming that C3 candle, right? That continuation. So as you get deeper and deeper into ranges, that's typically when you'll see a switch of just the strength of these candles in the daily. They can all go lower. Like tomorrow, my draw on liquidity for YM for the week now is actually the flat-bodied open, right? This is the monthly open right here. Label this. So this is our monthly candle open. As you can see, the monthly candle opens up with no wick, which is a high indication of manipulation when we have this formation right on the weekly. But even if YM were to deliver today towards that, I have to think about when is NASDAQ going to get down into this weekly gap? What day? That's why we use those lower time frames to confirm that. It's like this asset's got to expand eventually. It's not going to stay so high in the range like it was on Monday's close when YM is, you know, pretty much, you look at the monthly open and just compare the range. Okay. When like NASDAQ is in pretty much the highest premium of the market and YM is below EQ, if this monthly candle is going to reverse on the indices, well, this thing better start moving, right? If not, then they're going to stay decoupled for a long time. So this is when you'll see this next candle, small body here and a large body here. So it's very similar like idea. And it's just about using YM as like, this one is, like I said, the leading asset. It's telling you a story about where price is going. And this lagging asset eventually is going to, you know, get on the same page. But it doesn't happen on the same days as you can see, right? So that's where the opportunity lies.
I like that. That's good. That's good for overall context, I think. Yeah, can we get some W's in the chat for that analysis for a fees? He is a fellow ICT trader. You know, when you see him, you see the difference between I would say my approach and his approach. It is a slightly different, but using the same kind of analysis behind it. So it's very good. It's very good to have two different traders, but
exact same tools. Honestly, we both use, like, it's all based on, I think, swing formations, and we both trade candle twos. It's just different time. It really is just different time frames. Honestly, like, that's the biggest thing. All of the advanced filters that I'm talking about just allow me to hold for a day, like for a daily target, right? When you're scalping, you don't need to have a 4-hour key level. You don't need to have a candle closure to confirm a swing. You can, like, you trade frequently, you can get involved right when that candle reverses. And you're, like you said, like, your break even usually within, minutes or less than minutes. So it becomes back to your entry, and the volume's not there for you to get onside and out of the trade. You're just going to scratch out that trade, which is, like, I think if I was going break even inside of these candles more, inside of the C2 more, I wouldn't need those filters either. Like, I wouldn't need to wait for closures on the lower time frame, because I know if it's not starting to immediately go in my direction, I don't want to be in that trade, right?
100%. I am looking for a short actually right now. It's very rare that you guys will see me trade that 6 p.m. bar, but currently I just like it too much. Like, this is just too good. I am currently in a short right now.
Pull up your screen, let's see it. Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Oh shit, I think my screen just left. But yeah, I'm in a short right now at 34. I just got picked up right now, literally. So I am targeting that low here right below us. So I'm gonna be like this. I am targeting this this previous daily low with that strong break here. I would want us to stay very aggressive within that hourly, and then open up and drive back down towards the daily low. For me, when we have such strong closures, the previous daily low is the first target that we need to take out within the Asia Open. So let's see what we do here. I would want us to actually go down from now and actually see this 5-minute candle turn bearish, close bearish from that 5-minute gap. It would be good. We have this. I would say even if we retrace deeper within this range, like, I really don't mind entering more aggressively, because there is, like, for me, there is no way we reverse before that daily low gets taken out. That's how I read. That's how I read things. So yeah, so I'm currently in. We'll try to make it. I don't know. I think I am still 21-6, if I'm not mistaken.
That's phenomenal, dude.
Yeah, I took 5 break evens though. Ooh, okay, good push, guys. Very good push. I am willing to let it ride even more than this. Okay, so we're seeing the initial push right here, guys, from that bar.
And you're just looking for that previous day low, right?
Yeah, I'm looking for that previous day low.
Very nice.
But depending on the amount of aggression that we get below it, I could potentially even hold, but that will be like a fast decision that I need to make.
I mean, you're on a streak, man. And I mean, a lot of traders and myself have been struggling in August, but that's phenomenal. 21-6.
Yeah. So let's see how that one does, guys.
Texting me the signals, bro. Now you have my number. Just send it over my way.
Send the signal.
Send the sig, bro. Give sig. What was your entry? Was it in the 1-minute gap there?
5-minute gap. Yeah, my entry was at 34.
That's a really good entry, man.
Yeah, looks good. Just need the next 5 to, as soon as we start trading below 18, I am very confident in the fact that we're going to displace within the next 2 minutes back down. Let's see now if we can get some more displacement. Three minutes left. I just need price to open up lower. Come on. So I am going for that daily low, guys. Previous daily low. With that strong closure from the previous daily bar, we open on the new daily. I would want to see us push down right now. This is always the play that we're trying to catch, but right now we saw the opportunity from the first hourly candle, which is pretty rare. Usually we see it at 8 p.m. So
Yeah, I haven't seen you trade the 7 p.m. candle much, but I think today is a better framework for sure than last time.
For sure.
I'm trying to see if there's anything I would have done to get on side with this. We do have that NASDAQ sweeping out that, or failing to sweep out that previous hourly high. And ES doing that.
I'll definitely let us some more room. Like, I'm even willing to add to this position. Like, I am so confident in the draw right now. Even if we pull back right now, it's just...
Yeah, it's very one-sided.
Yeah.
That would be rage bait for it not to take PDF.
It would be absolutely rage bait though. I would be pissed. I would be pissed. If it goes back up all the way and it takes like 40 minutes before delivering, I'd be pissed.
No, you're not trading Dow. Only Dow does that. Dow likes to leave those absolute equal highs and lows.
I backtested Dow, and Dow is, oh my days.
There's something to be said about taking your position off like in a 3 to 5 point range of your draw and liquidity on Dow always. The number of equal highs, like legitimate like equal highs and equal lows, is just disgusting.
ES also is pretty disgusting.
Yeah, ES, yeah. It's because they're too efficient. NASDAQ is a little bit more volatile, so we just slam through wicks. ES and Dow, especially ES, is too liquid. Like it's too perfectly like liquid that it just leaves those equal highs.
Come on, guys. We need to see the push now. We're so close.
Afisa's background is making me depressed. What do you mean? You don't like my prison wall background? I have a generic painting. This was a furnished apartment I got, guys. I didn't furnish it myself, so this is what they gave me. Beautiful, okay? They printed out like a Temu print right here. They gave me 4 white walls, and then they added this so I wouldn't get like super depressed.
Okay, so it's gonna close right now. Let's see. I need it to get swept right now. Now I'm putting my stop loss at 2 points here just for the clip. Come on, I just need to open up lower. Come on. Don't play with me.
No, it'd be rage bait. It would be rage bait.
It would be the biggest rage bait ever if it opens up higher now. Come on. Slam it down. Opens up. Okay. Goes lower. As soon as we sweep this low, we need to go down. I'll actually put my take profit right there, just slightly below this internal law.
Honestly,
okay,
hold till 241, bro. You're chilling. Just hold for the entire daily range.
Guys, oh my god. One handle. I'm break even right now. If it comes back,
the new hour
comes back, bro.
As a failure swing by 1 tick.
If it comes back, bro, this is gonna be bad. Please, don't tell me it's retweeting me right now.
Dude, I'm watching. There's no way. There's no way.
There's literally no way.
I'm gonna open up 100 contracts on my sim funded account just for you. We're gonna move the market.
Yeah, we need to see that. Bro,
We
how do we not sweep that daily
one
low?
big fish watching someone who trades real size on minis right now, just short 10 contracts and you'll get his TP. Asia, there's no volume, bro. If someone shorts like 20 contracts, you'll get your TP.
There's literally no way we don't hit the daily low now.
Oh, it's so
There's like zero way.
It's so rage bait. By the way, it's already rage bait. Even if it comes up like a couple more points here, it was 1 point away.
I'm telling you right now, I know I'm gonna get stopped out to break it. I know it.
Yeah, dude, welcome to my August. See some of my break even. I've round tripped like so many trades.
Yeah. Come on, guys. We need the good vibes. We need the good vibes to see us hit that daily low.
Someone in the chat said, "I hope it comes back. I need an entry."
Actually, but if you get picked up here, I'm telling you, it's not. It's bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't get filled here.
I wouldn't try to get refilled here. I would wait a little bit more, because that would be a pretty bad reversal. Like, if it just sweeps the low and reverses completely.
We have no news this week, eh? Like on the calendars,
I think they have like FOMC minutes.
Oh yeah, that's not real.
That's minutes nothing.
Yeah, we have a dry one.
Guys, oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh, it's such rage bait, bro. It's such rage bait.
Oh my god, bro. This is bad. There's no way I get stopped out to break even here, guys. I was gonna claim the 22 and 6. Now I need to wait. That is pretty much being a dick for a tick here. This is literally a tick.
Legitimately one tick, yeah. Being a dick for
literally a tick.
I mean, you have no way of knowing that though. That's just variance, bro. You have no way of knowing that. Watch, it's gonna come into the 15-minute gap and we'll get it. Where's your break?
My break evens before that. My break evens before that.
It just wants you to get back in with more size. It's just tempting you. Now it's saying we have equal lows. So
ES swept it though. Did ES sweep it?
ES did take a previous low, but you would never. I mean, I would never fade like daily equal lows when ES is just consolidating past the low. If ES like V-shaped away from that low and Nasdaq was really far away from it, the closer we get to an external draw, man, they'll like. That shit's it's gonna take us on.
Yeah.
To play games for sure.
Right, it looks like we're gonna get stopped out to break even. That 5 is gonna close bullish and strong. If we don't close weak on that 5, bro, we're just gonna pop that 5 in high.
I'm playing Dow right now just for the sake of it, just for fun. Did micros take it? Let's see. Micros didn't take it either. Sometimes you get those micro divergences.
Yeah.
No, micros didn't take it. Did CFDs take it? Let's check NAS one.
He's trying to look for the reason.
I'm trying to see why. Give you a single reason as to why it might be happening. Oh, nothing took it. Literally, not even CFDs took it.
I think it might just retrace back towards the 15-minute gap and then bounce. That would be brutal, though.
You must have screenshotted, bro. Did you screenshot? It's a screenshot.
Oh no, it might. Some people are saying you don't know Ephesus curse on the break even. So.
Yeah, you don't. You really don't know my curse. The minute I screenshot a trade, dude, I could be up like I don't know, like 500, 600 ticks. Like I think I could be up like 2.5 hour. I'll screenshot it so that I can like post it to my Discord or post it with like a trade recap.
So immediately.
And you'll immediately come back and round trip me every time. So now, like when I'm in a trade, my Discord's like, "Are you in something?" I'm like, I can't say anything. I'm like, potentially. We'll see.
It's not looking bad. This is looking pretty good right now. Come on. Imagine inverses that gap completely and then the next candle just... Oh my god! Oh my god.
Wait, did it just wake you
Oh
up?
my god, yeah, break even.
Yeah, that's rage bait, bro.
That is crazy, bro. Nah,
Honestly, from
that
that
is actually
15 minute,
crazy, bro.
bro,
He
this
just
15-minute
sweep that
gap,
1 hour low.
yeah, this 15-minute gap really has to be. Like, it shouldn't come into the previous 30-minute high. It shouldn't come into 552. It has to be this 15 minutes.
That's bad, bro.
Maybe take like a 5-second IFVG and get like 1 to 50 R.
Yeah, let me scale down to 5 seconds, bro.
Yeah, right now, just in order to get a good, you can't really use a 1 minute, so you gotta use like a 5 second. But surely, bro.
Yo, shit. Okay, bro. One hand, like 0.25 handles away from
Yeah, you
hitting the
you
daily
were
low.
a dick today for 1 tick, but it wasn't even being a dick. How can you anticipate that?
Yeah, you literally can't. Like, there's nothing I could have done here. I respected my plan, so I'm not really mad. Anyways, it's just for the record, though. Like, bro, 5 break evens in a row right now on the Asia session. Like, I just really wanted to claim that win, but it looks like I can't. We'll take the trade at 8 p.m. I'm gonna take my revenge. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even if right now there is still zero way for us to actually close bullish on this bar, and I would still see us having so much.
Dude, it's gotta be this 15-minute gap.
Yeah, it has to. It just has to. So much potential in going short. I will not be shorting it. I will wait for the next opportunity from the 8 p.m. open. But yeah, I would say I still respected my plan. My target was this daily low, and yeah. So
That's crazy, man. That's so unlucky.
I knew it. I just knew it. I actually knew it.
Dude,
Because if you sweep the hourly low perfectly and you start seeing some pressure,
just blame me. It's my curse, bro. The break-even curse. I push it on you. Ask chat, bro. The number of break-evens, like ask my Discord. The number of break-evens I get is just hate. I think the minute we start talking about it, like you gotta just trade and then like just push that shit off to the side and tell no one. Yeah. So someone who watches these streams, man. Like, oh, bro, let me just go fill a Moss's break even and then reverse directly from it.
Yeah, they're watching my streams, guys. Right, they know about the record.
Yeah, they know
about my record, bro.
You set the record, bro. You did it yourself, man.
Bro,
you're like, oh, 21-6. Yeah, let's make that 21-6-1. Let's make that a break even. What can you do, bro?
Yeah. LPA, you just blame the PA as soon as you just get him break even. You just like, yeah, guys, PA dog shit. Yeah.
Ultimate cope.
Shit. Yeah.
Well, all your accounts, August PA, just cope. Like, crash out because I shouldn't have done that, and then just say August PA.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
That's okay. Gold's setting up nicely too with the 4-hour gap. We might get gold to that low tomorrow as well. You know, I'm just hoping that these AM sessions deliver. We've had a lot of like overnight moves. I'm looking for the same thing I did today. Exact same thing I did today on NASDAQ. I'm looking for gold. So if you see, look at this daily candle. Okay, so it's the exact same thing, bro. Look, we have this candle in here, which has the low of the candle be a gap, right? Silver here is at the gap. So as long as it doesn't V-shape out of this gap, which it just took, look how close in proximity gold is to this. Like, you don't see retracements come like deep into discount and then just leave a failure swing. That's like very low resistance liquidity. So all we need to do now is look inside of this candle, right? On the daily. Okay, this candle in here. We use the exact same logic. We're not gonna see a deep retracement. Our level is gonna be in this lower half. And specifically, given how close we are to the low, you really want to see it not in just the lower half, but you want to see it like in this lower 25%. Okay, so this is where you're going to get some sort of key level in this day's range. Look how one-sided this is. Okay, as long as this asset fails to manipulate, meaning we do not get an immediate V shape out of here, all we have to do is wait for this asset and this asset to print this gap. Hopefully in this 4-hour candle, right? Because highs and lows of days are made from 4-hour gaps. Then we want to see something like this asset right into the gap while this asset fails to. Then we can just trade the exact same sequence tomorrow on gold.
I like that.
This is like ideal. Like when these types of days form, I usually set alerts like I did last time I was on the stream. So I'll just set an alert at the daily low on correlated assets. Same thing I did here to set an alert at this low. Okay. And then when one asset tags it, just go to the 4 hour, wait for an SMT with the 4 hour gap. And the minute you get that notification, go down, find a swing point and short it. No matter what session it is. It's like so goated. But you gotta be patient enough. You gotta be patient enough to wait for the gap though. A lot of times you can just like want to short this candle, but then it does this.
Yeah.
You gotta be patient and wait. Looks good, man. Hopefully we'll see something with gold. Maybe tonight, 10 p.m. or 2 a.m. or 6 a.m. We'll see when it forms. The problem is I can't stay up all night. Dude, if I could just trade all 3 sessions of Moss, it'd be so much lower cortisol trading, man. By the time New York comes around, we're left with like nothing usually. I don't know if you've noticed. New York comes around, Asia moves like this. Asia moves like this. And then New York comes and it moves like this. And we're
the amount of time that this happens, bro, it's crazy. Or even London moves sometimes like so well.
I mean, dude, look at the past like 3 hours. Look at Asia and like look at some of these moves that we've had overnight, like in the overnight session. Pretty clean structure. Then we get into even here, like Asia, London. This is New York. Like that's fun to trade. Let's see this day. This was very clean in New York. Yeah, here, look. London, New York. We spend 4 hours just inside this range.
Yeah.
We spent all day inside this range. Look at the 50-minute chart in here. This is what the New York traders get. Hell yeah, bro. This is what the overnight traders get. That's what we get.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's start with the like goals here. Let's do the first like goal being 300 because we're currently 610 people watching. So we appreciate you guys so much for the love, for the support. 300 likes for the first like goal. Second like goal will be 400. So we'll start with a 50K select. And then from then we'll negotiate in the chat. All right. We'll negotiate for that second account. But 50K select for the first one, 300 likes. Make sure to like the stream. I just got stopped out to break even. It's not over. I'm telling you, I am gonna end this session being up at least 500. Let me tell you this.
All right, Moss,
this is for sure.
I got you with the signal right here. Okay, so YM's gonna take out this high right here. This 2-stage with Nasdaq. It'll look like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Strength switch with Nasdaq. Nasdaq's gonna be in the lower half of this range, inside this gap, right? So whenever this asset gets swept, I have an alert there for you if we're on stream. That's when you're gonna short Nasdaq.
And I just pour it.
It's gonna look like this. Yeah.
I just pull for it.
I'll take it with you. I'll honestly take it with you. I just need YM to take out this high. See these equal highs here?
Yeah.
This is the hourly SMT that forms. Okay. So we open up and we open high with equal highs here. ES and Nasdaq, right? Diverge. Look, ES takes out that high. Nasdaq is obviously the weakest asset here, so it's still not taking it. All we have to do is see YM run this high while Nasdaq stays low in this range. Look at ES. We can't trade ES here. It's far out in the range. As soon as we take out that high, we're going to use like this SIST. It's going to do like this. Take that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Wait for this. Look at this barcode on Dow. And if it takes the low first, we're cooked. Then we can't pull.
Yeah. Then we just wait.
Yeah.
It looks like a good reaction on the 15. I just don't want to. I don't want to engage in this after we went 0.25 handles away from hitting it. It would just be.
It's rage bait.
Yeah, it's pretty much lower probability at this point. But yeah, we talked a lot about trading fees, but the real question is, what did you do this weekend?
What did I do this weekend, Moss? I played some video games. That was fun.
What games did you play?
I was playing League, bro. I actually played with one of my old high school friends. He texted me. He's like, "Yo, hop on the game." It's been forever, man.
Damn.
So played some video games. I took my dog to this like hike. This like there's like a national park equivalent here in Canada. It's called like Stanley Park. Not like a national park, but it's like the biggest park in Vancouver. We went for like a 3-hour hike and he loved it.
How old is your dog?
He's 3 years old now.
Okay, that's cool.
Almost 4 actually. Getting sold. Holy. Yeah. So we went for like a 3-hour hike and then I went on a date on Friday. I told you about. Good time.
On Friday, you went where?
I went on a date. I went out to a steakhouse.
Damn, on a date.
I know, right? I'm pushing 30, no kids, single. Like,
chat.
Other than that, bro,
he's on a date. Some of you guys need to rage bait him in the chat right now.
Well, dude, I'm already on 30 and single. All right, you don't need to rage. It's not rage bait. It's just truth. Like my brother's like 31 now, and like he's got this like girlfriend who's now gonna be his fiance probably shortly, and now all eyes are on me because I was in a relationship for like 5 years when I was younger. Everyone was like, oh, if he's gonna be like with this girl forever. Now I'm like 27, completely single, and they're like, what happened? My brother and I like switched places. He was single almost until he turned like 28. He never dated a girl, so. Like he was so busy with work and like he was traveling a lot, so he never dated anybody. And my parents were always like, "Hey man, you're like 28. Like, are you gonna start dating?" For the past 3-4 years, we've been dating the same girl. They're like super happy. And I was in a relationship when I was 21 or 18 till like 23. My parents are always like, "Okay, he's fine. Like, he'll be the one." And now it's completely swapped.
Damn. When your parents are pressing you, that's
I know. That was bad.
Yeah, but I think you have time, bro. You can't really force those kind of things. You can't force it, but you can't also just think it's gonna happen without any like efforts on your side too. You know.
That's true.
That's what I think. So.
True. Yeah. I realize you can't just like sit at home staring.
Yeah.
you gotta do more with your life.
Yeah. You actually need to put in some work for sure.
But there's something to be said about like a lot of traders when they're starting this stuff. There's like a culture of just like grind and hustle and like sacrifice, and like to an extent I think like it's important to like, you know, if you want to do this, really put your all into it. You can't half-ass trading, but at the same time you also can't like forget about your life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you did that when you were learning, but that's definitely what I did. I just like I literally like no life charts. Like 12
I did the same.
Yeah,
I did the same, but I would still like meet with my friends and chill, you know. But most of the time, like you would catch me back testing. That's instead of wasting my time playing games or doing anything else, I would be back testing. But I would say like at a certain point, you don't have any focus throughout the day anymore. And if you're not fully focused, then it takes you 3 hours to understand something that would have taken you 15 minutes.
When you get burned out, the amount of actual productivity you have is like
it's over.
It's easy to stare at the charts and just get nothing on.
Yeah, it's about focused work. It's not about the hours that you put, in my opinion.
Do you have any friends like nearby who are like maybe your childhood friends, or you met them after you started trading, who also trade or entrepreneurs?
Yeah, a lot. I have a lot of friends that started to trade because of you, or because at the same time? Yeah, because of me and one of my other friend.
My best friend in the entire world. He and I met when I just started, I think, to get some consistency in the market a couple years ago, like 2023-ish, and we just from hanging out with me all the time. He was like, I want to try this thing. And I was like, well, you can't really half-ass this, right? So within 3 months of meeting me, the guy had like quit his job, moved in. He had a successful business that he ran on the side as well as working corporate. So he had like a lot of runway, I guess. He had like quit his job, moved into my apartment, and we were like trading and like I was teaching him how to trade every single day. And I'm like, those are the kind of friends that are like pretty rare to find. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think
all in with you.
Most of my friends are trading now. Most of my friends, yeah.
My dad's trading now.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah. I would not tell my dad to start trading. I think
my dad joined my Discord on an alt, like on a burner, because he didn't want to first of all, want me to know that he was doing it, because of course I'd say to him, don't do it. Because obviously he's my dad, and I'm like, you're not gonna like, Dad, you're too old. Like, like classic what you would say to your own parents. He joined it on a burner of us. He got like 20-30K payouts, and then he like changed his nickname in Discord to Dad. And then he like started like flexing his payouts. And I was like,
damn,
surely that's not my father.
that's crazy. He
Yeah,
went into the funnel. He got funneled, bro.
He did, dude. I had no idea. I was like, damn, my dad's a real grinder.
Yeah.
My mom would like text me being like, yeah, he's like watching your YouTube videos now. And I'm like, oh my God. My dad is dialed.
Crazy. Damn.
Again, would you teach your family one day how to trade?
No. I wouldn't. My brother started, like, we started together, and like we've done everything together. So like the strategy building and everything. Like my brother is literally, I would say probably the reason why I was able to get an edge in this prop firm space so fast, because we were working together to build it basically. And but my sister, no, I wouldn't try to teach her. I would say,
Sure, yeah.
it's like, I wouldn't tell her to start trading until she tells me, because I know that it's hard and I don't want her to think that it's easy. I want it to be from her own, basically her own decision. What just happened? Oh my God, look at what just happened.
No, I'm bro, I got the alert set. Don't worry, I'll sig us. Don't worry. Wait, once we get this, if we get a sequence above this high here on Dow, it'll align with 8 p.m. So if you look at this 30-minute candle here, right, it's gonna close in 5 minutes. The next candle will probably open high, consolidate maybe near the high, and then at 8 p.m. that new hourly can give us that.
Yeah,
it's exactly when you like to take it, exactly when you like to trade it.
100%. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm still waiting, guys. I still think that daily low has a lot of chances of being swept, but just seeing how aggressive we are from that hourly low sweep and those equal lows formation with the SMT with ES, like if we get past, I would say if we get past 81, I am gonna predict price has more chances of seeing 96 at the open than seeing some downside, at least like a bigger open high. But if we do reject now,
on Nasdaq, like the 615 high, I wouldn't short it until like much later. This would be the invalidation for me. Like even like this OTE level, like fib level, like you really don't want to see price make a deeper retracement than this while YM runs up this high.
Yeah, this is literally the last line of defense. I would say, because once we start trading above 70% of that previous bar, that high has more chance of being swept than that low. By far. That's usually how I see it in ranges. So yeah, we'll see. We'll stay patient though. I got hit with the break even right now, but not the end of the world. We're gonna get back in a trade in around 25 minutes. For sure. For sure.
I like it. I still like it.
Okay. So how was the date though?
It's good, bro. It was awesome. Yeah. I went to one of my favorite restaurants here. Always a good experience.
Was it your first date with that girl?
It was my second date with that girl, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think? Okay, so where did you go on the first date?
So the first date we just went for, like, it was like really chill. We just like went for coffee and walked my dog, which is like nice because like I'm in the city, so it's like easy to do that. And this time we went out for dinner, which was like a good.
I like that. I like that. Bro. Some people are saying that I don't know why, but I find it weird to go on a date first time you meet the girl and go for a dinner.
Yeah,
I think that's weird.
It's a bit like it's also just like I think a bit too formal and there's like too much expectation. It's like you don't know that person, right? So
yeah, exactly.
I think like eating and super chill.
Yeah.
And like walking around is nice because at least you have something to
do. True, but I remember I was talking to one of we have a group of friends in university, and one girl said, I don't do coffee dates. And I was like, what are you talking about? You don't do coffee dates? She's like, no, I don't do coffee dates. It's either you bring me to the restaurant or
Yeah,
nothing
some
else.
girls have that.
I'm like, bro, you want?
I mean, some people just have that mentality. Like, oh my God, it should be like a really formal thing.
Yeah. I think once you're older though, like it makes sense. I would say like, I don't know. It's just for my age, I think that's weird.
Yeah.
Like 23, that's weird. But I think like older, you're like 30,
All right,
35.
All right, let's not use the word older.
Once you're unk status.
Yeah, once you're like truly unk, I agree.
I think
but
like,
no, like low key, bro, it's like it's an easier first date if my dog comes with me. My dog's like the cutest little thing in the world.
Okay. Yeah, the dog's a cheat code.
You could not even like me. What are you gonna do? Dislike the golden retriever? Like, look at this guy. Daniel, come here. Come say hi.
You can dislike me, but not the dog. I like that.
Look at this guy. Yeah, you can dislike me, but you can't dislike the dog. I don't know if you can see him. I have to tilt this down. Oh, he's going back underneath the table. Come here. Come say hi.
Oh. Yeah, we have the same house.
Daniel, come here.
Yeah. Now I know you're a gamer.
Oh, the same mouse? Yeah.
Like
that low, true, yo.
Yeah. We both have mechanical.
I'm pretty sure Tradeify and League have like a sponsorship as well. They should get me on.
We do.
I'm flying through the ranks right now. Yo,
bro, I went.
Pick me up.
I went to the event. I went to the LCS final.
That's so cool. You know, there's a guy I know named Mac. His name's Max, and he works with me on some affiliate stuff, like for my brand. Yeah. And he used to be a pro coach in the LCS.
No way.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. He knows a lot of the pro players, and like, yeah, it's really interesting just hearing like the league and like trading lore crossover. Both ways. Tradeify, if you're hearing this, I'm like, I think I'm Emerald 1 right now, right? That's pretty elite, you know?
They got you on that one.
Yeah, they got me. Maybe they add me to a pro team. If my career fails, just add me. Like, pick me up for a pro team.
You want to try out with FlyQuest?
Yeah.
Those guys are good, bro. I met with do you know a little bit of the community, like the pros?
Not so much the current pros, but throw some names out.
Yeah, because Tradeify is a sponsor for FlyQuest.
Yeah. And
on the FlyQuest team, I think like the biggest guy there is called Griffin, like the most known person.
Okay. Let me do some research.
Yeah, do some research.
Fly right now?
Yeah, he's on the roster right now, actually.
Okay.
And I got to interview all of those guys one by one, and yeah, they're very smart. You know,
yeah, of course.
To get to that level, bro, you need. I think for
a lot of video games, especially highly mechanical video games, these guys spend so much time like min-maxing, and they're so analytical. It's like you talk to them, and they'd be great traders. Like people who make great gamers, I think also make great traders. I think we had this conversation once. It's like your mind is just wired to like optimize small things.
Yeah.
Yup. That'd be cool, 100%,
man. Yeah, these guys are very, very smart. And I asked them, actually, I was like, because I came from Fortnite. Okay, Fortnite was my favorite game, but like playing it in a competitive way. And I asked someone. I asked one of the pros. I was like, not one. I actually asked 3 of them, and all 3 of them told me that Fortnite was a harder game than League and they were telling me that there was randomness in Fortnite, which there was no randomness in League. Like you can spawn in Fortnite and have like bad loot, or you can spawn and someone griefs your game.
Yeah, whereas in League, everything is mechanical.
Yeah, like, everything is
minion timers, rotate, like the times we were supposed to rotate, ward timers, everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Camp spawning, everything. Yeah, that's very true. That's actually very, very true. There's actually such little variance in League that at a high level, I think if you make 1 or 2 mistakes early, teams just open. Like in high elo, like they just open. They're like, yeah, we lost. Like I missed like 3 CS in lane. We're cooked. Like you see these like challenger, like especially these like high elo challenger Korea games before they created the mechanic where you could surrender before for 50 minutes. And like if a lane ever went down, like I don't know, like a 2K deficit goal or something, like something that they deemed as like, you know, just low probability or low expectancy for a comeback, they just open. Everyone would agree, like, yeah, this guy died twice. Let's just all sit in base and open mid. And games are so quick, and like they're not toxic about it at all. Like they're like, yeah, we just fucked up. It's on to the next game.
I didn't know that.
Like imagine if you saw a sports team doing that. Like the thing about all other sports is that there's so much natural variance, right? Like you can go on, like in basketball, you can be down like 20 points in a quarter and just go on a really hot quarter and like you're back in the game. In league, like you're down like 2-3K gold, and if the other team is just really good and it doesn't allow you to come back from that punishment, it's like, okay, game's over.
Yeah, 100%. All right, guys, we're currently at 240 likes. First like goal is 300 for a 50K select account, so make sure to like the stream. And then once we reach 300, we're probably going to go up on those accounts. We'll do 100K and then 150. That's what we like to do here. So smash the thumbs up, guys. I am going to be looking for a potential trade. I got stopped out to break even. Was being a dick for a tick here. My take profit was at 514 and it went at 514.25. So it's unfortunate. I think currently we definitely do have some potential of seeing price going down from that next 30 minutes. I'm not going to take that gamble though. I will wait for more confirmations, and even if we break past that low, I could potentially short the open still. So we'll see what we'll have, but we'll stay patient. No need to destroy the record currently. Okay, so let's take a look at the chat here. Let me go up a little bit. Balanced Growth Confidence said, no, even older, dinner dates first can be a lot of pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
I agree.
It also depends on like how you meet this person and like what the interaction is like. Like I don't like the whole like, I don't know, how do you meet people these days, Amos? Tell me a bit about your personal life. Expose yourself, dox yourself to all of chat right now.
You want to know, bro? Most of the people I meet is from friends of friends. You know, my circle is pretty small, and I like to keep genuine people that I really like. I care about. You know, I mess with too. Yeah. So it could be there's guys, there's girls also, but within that, let's say, friend group, then there is friends of friends, and then usually when there's an event or there's a party or a birthday, then I'll meet new people, and that's usually what happens. But am I currently going out of my way to do efforts for that? No, hell no. I don't even have time. We talked about this with Terrence yesterday, but I actually don't, because I know I don't want to be that guy who seems like he's the bad person because he doesn't value the other person and doesn't give her
different priorities right now in your life.
Yeah, it's just I know I'm not gonna be able to handle the smoke. You know, I know it. I just know it. Yeah, exactly. It is sometimes, you know, it is a lot of commitment for sure. You know,
for sure. Yeah.
And just knowing the commitment beforehand, I'm like, you know what? Let me be a good person. Let me not engage into something that I'm gonna back off.
And that's very mature. That's a good way to think about it.
Yeah, I think about it as energy. You know, if you do another person wrong, you're gonna carry so much bad energy.
It's bad juju, bro. It's bad karma.
Yeah, bad karma for sure. I believe in that for sure. Like if someone, you know, is feeling a certain way because of you, you're gonna like something bad's gonna happen, you know,
Yep.
or
Yep.
that's how I believe life goes.
I agree. I agree. Sells incoming. Yeah,
Potential.
we're waiting for it, bro. We just
Was
need
there the SMT on YM?
not yet. I got an alert set. Don't worry. We'll
Holy
know.
shit! YM on the 1 is so bad.
Oh, it's just got you can't during Asia you can't really look at like on anything less than like a 5-minute chart.
But even YM today during New York session was so bad too. Well, okay.
So like, if you consider ES to be the most liquid asset, Dow is like the least liquid asset. So it's you really can't trade Dow, I think, with like clean structure outside of like London and New York. It's very similar to like look at this asset. If I pull up this, you'll see like look at like oils. Oils during some sessions, it's just the most gappy garbage. Like look at this. Okay, you're not trading that. So you really got to align certain assets with times of volume because when the volume dries up, I mean, look at this.
Yeah,
you can't trade
everywhere, and as soon as you enter, you're down like 500.
you're just trying to fill, right? Like especially if you're trading a live market, very hard to get a fill in that just because it's so like it's not a liquid contract. Like for example, like even CL is a bit better than RV, but it's not like the most liquid thing in the world. And the volatility is so low, you would put a market order here and get filled there. Like you have to trade it during these times of like much higher volume, and you don't need a volume indicator to see that. Here is where you can trade it, right? You just don't want to be trading it during like these sessions. But Dow is very similar, like low volume asset in Asia.
Yep.
We'll see, man. If we get this, it's looking so good. It's looking so clean.
Yeah.
I just hope Nasdaq doesn't take this out before we run the high. It very easily could. In which case, then you could trade a counter. Like if we get some sort of open low here into this previous daily low, and Dow hasn't taken out these highs. I mean, this looks like shit. So we can never mind. You wouldn't trade it long. You wouldn't touch that.
Crypto said, Amos, did you ever test your strategy on YM? I did backtest my strategy on a lot of assets, and I would say it works well, but there are some assets where you don't find the same edge, not because of the core or your framework in general. It's you lose edge in that asset because of the frequency of trades and the frequency of the entries. So I'll give you an example on YM. If I were to trade the same exact system, I would not have as that many trades in a year, which would kill my edge since I'm a one-to-one risk to reward trader, and frequency is extremely important for me because even if I have, let's say, 67% win rate, 68% win rate with a one-to-one, then if I have 300 trades in a year, 250 trades in a year, it makes up for that win rate that could have been 80% or 75. We're currently getting that distribution. It looks like
Yep. Yeah, it might deliver like decoupled. So this asset looks go higher, this asset go lower.
GG's.
GG, yeah. When that happens, it's tough. Like it's pretty tough to trade it.
Yeah.
I mean, Nasdaq held that area it needed to hold, obviously, but there's nothing in here, bro. It's like, what do we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect read, wrong timing though.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it happens a lot during the summer months. That is the timing is very hard to get.
There's a question that says, do you ever look at R2Y? Here's how I use R2Y. I use R2Y very specifically just for YM. So like these assets are considered a triad. So this is 1, 2, 3, and they're related very closely, right? Like we said, NQ and YM are extremely related, meaning when YM is strong, NQ is weak. These divergences are extremely important to consider. ES is right in between the two of them. Now, oftentimes, you guys can go and see this on your chart. You'll see something called decoupling, where these markets, this market here, 1, and this market here, 2, so ES and NQ, they do this, okay? And YM does this for a prolonged period of time. They never go back into sync. In that case, when you have YM doing the exact opposite thing of NQ and ES, this is where you can use YM and RTY to kind of get a direction of where price is going. So the YM and the Russell are extremely correlated. Now, the Russell is not as correlated with NASDAQ or ES. You would never use ES, NASDAQ, and the Russell, like RTY. Look at this. If I show you this chart here, YM, look how closely correlated it is to RTY. Okay, so these assets here, we look at a higher time frame chart, like let's these assets here are highly correlated, Russell and YM. So when typically speaking, if you're seeing YM do its own thing and NASDAQ and ES are completely out of loop, that's when I use Russell, because you can see here, it gives me really good indication of where this asset wants to go. Other than that, I don't look at it. I almost never trade Russell. I'll always look to trade YM in relation to it. So yeah, that's how I'd use RTY.
E-mini Russell.
Yeah, it's like M2K is the micros and RTY is the ticker. I'm a micro warrior. I can't use the minis on 50K accounts. I like 50K accounts. I don't know about you. It's the easiest to scale.
50 or 150?
50.
I think right now I only do 150, but 50s are the best for sure to start with. 100%. I agree.
Yeah, even for like just like risk to reward and like expectancy to payouts. Yeah. You scale across a lot of accounts, 50Ks, even 25Ks. They're really good. Just because the profit factor to drawdown is typically optimized for lower account size. So 50K is like a 1 to 1.5, and 150K is typically more like a 1 to 1. But then you can access more contracts, obviously. So if you're scaling up, you're eventually I just do it in my own personal account then. Take all the 50K payouts, put it into your own 150K personal account.
Yeah. The real edge.
If you're going live with a firm, like if you go like Tradeify Live, then you're going to want to eventually scale out to bigger accounts, obviously, because you're on a live account.
Yeah. The real edge of the 150s is really like the big drawdown.
Yeah.
You know? If you have a big drawdown, and you decide to size heavy on a trade, then it could pay off very well. I
think psychologically, a lot of people would benefit. I tell some of my students this: buy a 150K account and trade it like a 50K account. Like use that $4,000 or $5,000 of drawdown and still risk $200-300 a trade. You'll find that like your agency is much higher in those accounts, because after 3 losses, you don't have like this burning desire to crash out in full because you still have to drawdown. But it's just gonna take you a long time to get a payout, obviously. But the people who are boom and busting, try that strategy. Buy a bigger account and then just use way smaller size, and go keep that account for much smaller account. Question for a few. Price for someone who uses too many time frames. I know price is fractal, but flipping a lot stresses me. You need to have each time frame serves a purpose in building your narrative. For example, the daily chart. Look at not the 1 second chart. The daily chart, right? Every single day is likely going to take out the previous day high or previous day low. It's going to form open high low close or open low high close. So that's your narrative in terms of what direction you want to trade in. I'm never going to trade the daily chart as a day trader. So I know that this daily chart consists of 4-hour candles, right? 6 4-hour candles. So my 4-hour candles are always going to be the higher time frame I'm trading throughout the day. And again, you just said it, price is fractal. So I don't want to just buy or sell a 4-hour candle. Well, I know that I can go into this 1 4-hour candle and find a 1-hour candle, right? And then from that, I can find a 5-minute entry. So you need to be very deliberate about how you use time frames. I wouldn't recommend just using every single time frame for the same reasons. I use daily candles for like market direction. Like in this case, you could say, do I want to see previous day high or previous day low? Lower or higher? So it's simple. Daily.
You know what? That's such a good question that she asked, actually.
Yeah.
I think, like, remember when you first started trading, the thing that I would not understand was, what's the difference between looking at a 15-minute chart, an hourly chart, what do they mean? What's the difference between those?
If you want like a mechanical way to think about it, this is how I teach like my students. Like Your daily chart is going to be like an intrinsic bias. It's something that you can look at and say, man, this is pretty bearish. I want to look for the previous day low. That's a really obvious, very one-sided statement. If the daily chart's ever not clear, like we're doing this and we're consolidating, I would avoid trading the asset when it looks like this, simply. Wait for the market to look much more clear in terms of, do I want the low or the high of the previous daily candle? Once you have that, your daily bias is largely done. Now, there are times where your daily might have more context, like me and Amos talked about. For this week, my daily chart has a lot of bias because it's involved in the higher time frame model. But that's very rare that I'm going to have like a weekly or monthly model in play. Usually speaking, I'm just going to look at my daily chart and be like, I want this low. Okay, great. Daily chart's done. I'm going to use the 4-hour for a universal model. That just means, sorry for it, that's an ICT term. A universal model is one of three things. It's either IRL to ERL, which is trend following, or in this case, you can say it is expansion / continuation, okay? There's ERL to ERL, which is reversal, always, right? Price reverses at an external range and targets the other external range, okay? IRL to ERL is like price comes into a fair value gap, right? And from the fair value gap, it trades to the swing point, okay? This is stuff that you can learn from ICT in like 2016 mentorship really quickly. And then the last one is going to be the one I never trade, typically, which is ERL to IRL, which is a retracement. So imagine we do something like this. We expand into a key level, and then you open up your session right here, and then you trade back into a fair value gap, and then you close. That would be a daily candle that looks something like this, and you're trading from the low to the close. I rarely do that. That's, if you're interested in that model, you can listen to more word vomit. That right there is called the X model by my mentor, my first mentor, the MMXM trader, okay? This is a retracement model. So that's always gonna be on the 4-hour. So now I have my daily chart, my 4-hour, my 1-hour and 30-minute charts are just key levels. And again, if you become extremely mechanical with your trading for timeframes, that's not like an arbitrary statement. Key levels are either fair value gaps or swing points, okay? Fair value gaps for continuation, swing points for reversal. So if I'm trading a 4-hour continuation, I might trade that 4-hour continuation off of a lower time frame gap. Or I might trade that 4-hour continuation off of a lower time frame swing point, right? That can sound confusing, but imagine, okay, we have something that looks like this. It's actually not too confusing at all, actually. So imagine we have something that looks like this. This is a 4-hour candle I'm drawing out, okay? These are 2 4-hour candles. Make these black. I know that I want to trade up into this high right here. We'll call that my draw on liquidity, okay? It's just a swing point in the market we want to see the price trade into. I know this next candle, if we're going to go higher, is going to do something that looks like this. It's going to open, form a low, expand, hit the high maybe, and close off it, okay? I know that in this candle's range, right? This is 4-hour, right? This is H4 candle. Maybe this is 10 a.m. This is an H4 candle in here. Maybe this is 6 a.m., okay? I know that this candle wants to distribute higher, okay? Looks like this. It's going to distribute from something in this range. Again, if you've ever studied any of my stuff, you're going to know if we're bullish, we want to respect the upper half. This is the upper half of the range, okay? It looks like this. What is that key level then? Remember, daily draw, boom. So this is your daily chart, maybe. Previous day high, simple. This is your 4-hour universal model. Traded into a fair value gap down here. And we're going to the high. Now we need a key level. So I'm going to look inside here. I'm going to zoom in here on a 1-hour or 30-minute, right? And I'm going to find what? Inside of this candle's range, it's going to look like this. Look, open, low, tags the key level and reverses. Expanding away. That's creating the body. Okay? Then it's going to close. Well, inside of this candle, this range, this body, is going to be a fair value gap. It's going to be right here. Okay. Now, the next candle is going to open right into the gap, which is that wick right there. Expand away. So this is the next candle open. I can draw it in a different color for you. Boom. Okay. So let's This right here is the blue candle. And this right here is the red candle. Okay. Right there, it should not be there. Okay, there you go. So you have a continuation candle. I have a fair value gap. Maybe this is a 1 hour gap, H1 gap. That's how we're getting to the high. Well, I'm not going to obviously buy this H1 candle. Where am I going to buy it? How do I know when this hourly candle, which looks like this, remember, it looks like this. How do I know when to buy that candle? Because all I can see is this. What am I going to do? I'm going to zoom in again. Okay. Now I'm going to go to a 5-minute chart. What am I going to see? This H1 candle opens, trades into the key level, expands. Okay. And this is where we use our entry techniques. I use the entry technique of a change in the state of delivery, which is simply a closure through the opposing candles into that key level. Okay. So if we have a couple candles here on the 5-minute chart, okay. Once we close through those candles, that's a change in state of delivery. Boom, put your entry right there. Put your stop loss at the low and target the high. That's how you use time frames, right? So you're going from a daily draw, going to a 4-hour universal model, and then you're going to a 1 hour H1 M5 entry, right? That's at a 1 hour key level. So maybe we can, let's do it like this, M5 entry. And then we have a 1 hour key level, okay? There you go. That's how you use time frames, because when you can tell a story about price, then each time frame does something for you. When you're looking at all of them at the same time, it's almost irrelevant because the 5-minute chart doesn't give you the 1 hour level. You need that 1 hour level before you can go to the 5-minute. So always work this way. Don't work this way because that doesn't make any sense. If there's no daily draw, don't trade. If there's no universal model, don't trade. If there's no entry, well, of course you're not going to trade because you need an entry. And then, of course, you know, the things that I do that are maybe a bit more quote unquote advanced, but really just more steps, is I'm going to add a filter right here. That's where you're going to see me add things like SMT, right? PSPs, track some correlations, what we call them. But again, that's not important for you. That's just a filter on top of the logic, okay? Amos doesn't use SMT, and he trades almost identically to this. He just looks at, you know, lower time frame levels, like a 15-minute gap. He might be targeting an unfilled gap, or he might even be targeting a 5-minute unfilled gap. He's trading this, potentially, right? Trading from a high back into a gap or something, or we could trade from a gap to a high, right? So we're all trading something very similar. Exactly. We use these time frames for very specific reasons.
I think you summarized that in such a good way. Like, you need to start, like, the way that you see daily bias or your bias in general has to be so simple, but then the entry criteria and the timing has to be very specific. But your way of understanding if price is going to close bullish or bearish has to come from candlestick patterns on the higher time frame. So the daily, the 4-hour, the hourly, and if you see certain pattern occurring on the chart, then how do you expect the next candle to close from that? And that's usually where you get most of the information on your chart. And currently, guys, I am going to be looking for a long, actually.
Perfect. Share screen, that'd be perfect.
Which is crazy. But if we break past 54, I'm gonna look for a long. Yeah, I'm gonna wait though. Those last few minutes are so, like, there's a lot of fake outs in it. So yeah, I would want to see us break above 55. If we can break above 55, it will be a very good long for me. Even if it's counter trend, but yes, swept that daily low, which makes it an SMT. I don't really look at it that much, but if we sweep that, if we don't go back towards that daily low immediately, then I don't see the 8 p.m. being an open low. Depending on the strength here, if we push down and break below 26, it's a completely different story. So the next few minutes will tell us.
Yeah, also, like, I see a lot of questions in the chat, guys. Put them in the comment section on the video, like after the video ends, if you're going back and you have like questions, because obviously there's a lot there, I'll try and answer some of those questions on this YouTube video's comments. Because I can go in on my YouTube channel and just answer the questions. So if I don't answer your question while I'm doing it live, obviously, then just put them in the comments below.
Yeah. It's like this live is also a video, like you said, so you can go and watch it back again. You don't need to, if you think you missed out on some gems, make sure that you rewatch the stream. Let's see here, last 4 minutes. Printing. What a terrible range, though.
Yeah, I definitely have those alerts set, just because just waiting for something, man. Waiting, probably for YM to take out that high would be the best. I don't trust anything inside of this range.
Same. I really wanted to go for the counter trend here if we close very strong, but it looks like we are weak. Would have liked that fake out. Would be so clean. You type so aggressively on your keyboard.
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. My keyboard is so loud. I'm responding to these chatting questions. It's just so.
You type fast too, bro.
Bro,
you type so fast too. I don't type that fast.
I worked in something called consulting, and back then I used to be the spreadsheet monkeys, what they called me, because I was the engineer. I got used to just cranking away, bro, on my keyboard.
No. Did you do the? There's a thing on Google where you can
your speed,
like speed test, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'd make way too many typos. It'd be like non-legible. I'd get too competitive, bro. I'd be like, let me get into this shit. Like.
What's your keyboard's brand?
This is dude, it's some Amazon keyboard that one of my students recommended to me. It's fire. I don't know what it's called, but it's dope, man. It has like that really tactile feeling of like when you type it, just like a great little click noise, a click like feedback. Oh, like tickle something in my brain, bro.
Good. I actually want to try a short now that we're so weak from the open. Let's see if I can take something here. I'd say it's lower probability anyways, for sure. In terms of the open, but the overall context is very good still.
What kind of keyboard do you use? I don't hear you typing. Maybe yours.
It's a Apex Pro. There's a Fortnite keyboard.
Damn.
Apex Pro TKL.
All right, I'm Amazoning it. I'm seeing what it looks like.
All right, I'm gonna answer this short here. Let's see. And got left out.
Oh, it didn't pick you up.
Hopefully it does.
We're really just ranging here. You deserve it, man. You deserve to get picked up here for sitting through it earlier.
I don't know if I am though.
We'll see, bro. Limits are in.
We're gonna go for that daily low now. 8 p.m. open.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
We encapsulated from the previous bar.
Hey, if it left equal lows once.
I'm pretty damn sure we're going now for it. We're definitely going now. Yeah. Missed out on it. GG's. 1 second.
Yeah, there it is, right at the open. Oh,
Yeah.
that's brutal, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect reads, but unfortunately, like such difficult timing. I had literally had my limit order right there. Again, was being a dick for a tick for the entry too.
Oh my goodness, look at that draw.
Oh my god.
What was that?
Oh my god.
Holy volatility out of nowhere, man. What the hell?
78 point below that.
Wait, what is that volatility? Yo, what did Trump just do? What did Trump just say? Someone pull up the Trump tweets right now.
Holy.
Yo, someone pull up Truth Social right now. Truth Social right now. What happened with the Tradeify moves?
Who was in? Who was in this short? Damn.
That was crazy.
That's a strong open, yep. The 8 p.m. 8:01 p.m. burst through that low.
You know how to trade that 8 p.m. candle, bro, better than anyone I've seen. You always nail it. Today you should get picked up. Unlucky.
Yeah, I do have a very good reads, but that's just...
I really hope we have something left on the bone for tomorrow. Again, my draw is at 241, like that weekly low. Not the weekly low, sorry. It's that daily low, 241 on NASDAQ. We're going to have to see a retracement overnight, man. Or else it's going to be like today, where we're really deep in the range on New York Open, and man, those are hard to trade.
Yeah, very, very hard. All right, guys. We're currently at, how many likes? We're still at 300 likes. Come on, guys. 335. At 400 likes, I'm doing a 100K select account giveaway. So make sure to like the stream. And then at 500 likes, we're doing 150K select account. So I'm still going to be looking for a trade potentially from that sweep here. If we can close back within the range, that could be a very strong reversal. It's a pretty big wick, though. It's going to be hard for me to find an entry inside this, but maybe we'll need to wait for the open and the flip. We'll see. Had the perfect bias on this daily. Wanted to see that daily low being taken out. Entered here at around 6 p.m. being stopped out to break even, while price pushed up very aggressively to fill some more orders to the upside. Then tried to re-enter at 8 p.m. open, but unfortunately did not get picked up also by literally a tick again. So yeah, this is pretty much a day where you get everything right, but the timing. So yeah.
Yeah, that's brutal, man. But that means you had the right draw, which is probably the most important thing, right?
Yeah, I really, like when my trades don't hit, I really don't mind. If my framework got respected, bro, like I'm so happy.
It gives you more confidence the next time.
Yeah, 100%. Let's we're currently at 364 likes. Come on, guys, smash a thumbs up. 400 likes for the next like goal for 100K select. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, coming back in 45 seconds.
You can go to the bathroom in 45 seconds? That's impressive in and of itself. Gotta study how a moss can use the bathroom in 45 seconds. Who took that trade? You guys got blessed with that 1 minute candle. That was crazy. I'm pretty sure we traded the entire 4-hour candle range in 1 minute. 80 points in a minute. Not bad. Yeah, he's quick. He's a piss scalper? That's hilarious. I'm gonna tell him that joke when he gets back. Guy's scalping more than just the charts. Hafiz, can you please show us your analysis on gold? Sure, yeah. I won't be able to take a trade tonight, guys. Typically speaking, I'm gonna require like that 4-hour key level, right, for a trade. So in this case, you can see if I look at the 4-hour chart, there is nothing for me to trade. I don't have a gap or anything traded into. So I'm not able to, for my model, participate in moves like this. I usually get involved around the opens of like the session, like New York Open. But let's look at gold. So for gold, I'm looking at this, right? We have this low down here. Silver trades into this low like this. You can see we're expanding through this low. So this is the same low, okay? I'm gonna mark it out really simple. Same low. So these are correlated assets, right? So because this asset here is failing to manipulate this low, we think that this asset could also get down and break that low. So what I'm looking for is a gap to be created right here. And then in the next 4-hour candle, we can do something like this, right? Open into the gap and then expand away from it. Okay. So I'll be looking to trade this, right? Once this 4-hour fair value gap is created. I gotta wait. I can't trade it just yet. I gotta be patient and wait for it. But that's kind of the anticipation, okay? Something like this. And what we'll do when we'll look up in here is to see if we can get one asset hitting the gap, maybe the other asset doesn't. And then we'll go down to a lower time frame, like a 30-minute chart, 15-minute chart even. We'll try and get involved with some sort of lower time frame V shape, right? Like this. And then if it does that, we'll take an entry. Put our stop loss at the high, and we'll target that low. We gotta wait, we gotta be patient for that. So for now on gold, just waiting for that gap to be created.
All right, guys. Let's see if we can find a reversal here from that 15. That wouldn't be bad, but the range is quite big. Will be hard to find an entry though. I would be very surprised if we fully reverse from that bar. Extremely surprised. When we're so strong like this, usually like even if we wick, like the open becomes so strong and then we just dumb back down again.
Yeah, this is where I'd look to trade like YM to that same low if we got like a gap fill or something. We just need that, right? A lot of my model guides, as you'll notice, involves waiting for these gaps, waiting for these key levels to get created. Unless we have them, I can't really trade inside of these types of candles ever. Gotta wait for like a gap and then some sort of sequence in the gap, right? But this is good because you can see the same logic, right? Look at this low. This is yesterday's low. NASDAQ, ES are both well below that, okay? They're well below that, and they're not really reversing. Like, look, we're not reversing from this low. NASDAQ can come all the way down here, so that means YM could potentially come down and break that low. Right? This SMT should break. How are we going to frame that? We're going to wait for a gap. We're going to wait for some sort of swing in the gap, divergence that looks like this. And then we're going to trade towards that low. That's what I would look for myself. But that takes time to develop, right? And it will most likely not happen in this 4-hour candle because, as you see, this 4-hour candle has already hit this low. So now we want to see what happens here. Now is a time where we can open, high, low, close. Then the next candle can open, high, low, close. That's where we'll get the sequence, right? Or if it happens in this candle, it'll also happen from a gap, right? So we'll see.
All right, we can start with the first account giveaway because usually we get more likes and people just understand that we're running giveaways at that point. So we'll do the first word. I'll type it in the chat right now. So
unless there's a joke I had to tell you first as well. When you left, the chat mentioned how you're not just a scalper on NASDAQ, you're also a piss scalper. Because you said you'll be back in 45 seconds. You're like, damn, this guy's scalping everything.
Definitely.
I got to study how we can go to the bathroom in 45 seconds.
It's very close to me. Shit. Yeah, you guys are funny. All right, let's run it right there. All right, the first word, guys. Give me some inspiration just for the next few words, but for the next two words. But now I have the first word already. I have the first word. All right, first word, date. All right, first word is date. Because Afiz went on a date. Afiz, what's your type?
All right.
We're getting personal right now, bro.
I know. Like good people, nice people. I don't know, man.
I don't want to get canceled.
Any good way I can answer this. Not only.
Bro, I don't want to get canceled, bro. That's good. That's good. No, like any like.
There's no right answer there.
No. I'm not trying to force you to give me a description, but you can give me like the ethnicity of what you're looking for, basically. If you actually even care about it in the first place, because you can say you don't have a type.
I've typically in the past dated like girls, I'd say, but yeah, I guess that would be my type.
White girls,
I don't really know,
meaning blondes.
Yeah.
Like blondes.
Like my ex was blonde. Yeah.
Okay. That's such an African thing, though.
What do you mean?
I don't know, because
I'm trying to promote racial and ethnic diversity.
Nah, that's amazing. I'm kind of the same thing, though.
I don't want my kids to be like the Irish potato family, all the same genes. What if they get a cold that we both like, none of us are immune to?
All right, congrats, George Kim. Congrats, you won a 50K select account. Now I'm saying this because, yeah, usually let's say, you said you're born. Where are you born?
I was born in Vancouver. My parents.
Okay, yeah, but
my brother and parents were born in East Africa.
Okay, East Africa, yeah. But like, how I think about it is like, there's not a lot of blondes in East Africa or Africa in general, because I'm also born in Africa. So like, if people from, let's say, my ethnicity, like I would say they would also lean more towards those girls.
Yeah, actually, you'd be kind of surprised. There's a lot of colonialism in Africa, like back then, especially like when my parents lived there. So it was pretty like ethnically diverse. Like my uncle, his wife, for example, was like a blonde white chick. They met in that part of the world as well. But yeah, globalization, man.
That's good. But we're gonna see more and more of this for sure.
For sure, yeah, absolutely. A lot of mixed families. Like my brother's girlfriend's like, I think she's like from China, I believe. I think she's from like where the same place my best friend is from, China. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I really like that.
Yeah, soon our family get-together is gonna have every color of the rainbow, bro.
It's cool to have the same culture, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like it's better to like
less intriguing. There's like it's just
I swear, bro. It's just more like get to know the other person's culture, and I feel like it's better in general.
Yo, all right. If we get this gap on YM, we could get a short out of it. There'd be a decent sequence. So the only thing I could take, guys, like if I was trading, I probably won't trade this session typically, because after I hop off the stream, I go and get dinner and like actually don't look at charts until tomorrow. But if we form like a gap here, right? we're now in continuation of this 4-hour candle. So you can see here, this 4-hour candle has already expanded away from its open. There's an hour and 45 minutes left, and we're clearly not reversing at this low, okay? So that means that the other assets, I mean, this asset's also not reversing. This asset should also come down here. It makes complete sense. But we have to be able to time that because this asset's currently stronger. What is going to give me an indication that this asset wants to get down to the low? It's going to be something extremely mechanical. We're going to print a 15-minute gap here, and then this asset is going to diverge at the gap, meaning it will form a candle that looks like this, okay? Away from the gap. It won't tag the gap. So it will do this. And NASDAQ, because it has already taken out the low, it will come into this gap. That will be a strength switch SMT fill with the gap. And we'll get something that looks like that. That right there would be a mechanical trigger for me to get short. But it would not be on NASDAQ because, again, in this 4-hour candle, the likelihood of us expanding all the way to this low is far lower in probability than for this asset simply to get to the same low, right? This asset has to go and break now an external low at the bottom of the range, whereas this asset has an internal low, right? That this asset's already well through. So look at premium discount again, same idea. Okay, look, we're near EQ, this range. This asset's like deep premium or deep discount, you could say, right? Sorry, not premium. So it makes sense for me to mechanically look to time this asset also getting the same low. In fact, you could build an entire trading model around just this idea. Wait for one asset to take out a low or a high, and then just say, is the other asset going to get to that low or high? And use this exact sequence I'm teaching you. Wait for a fair value gap, okay? On the 15-minute, if you're close to the reversal, what do I mean by close to the reversal? This is the 4-hour wick high right here. If you're close to that wick high, wait for a 15-minute gap and then a fill with divergence. If you're far away, wait for like a 30-minute gap, okay? Or a 1-hour gap. And just wait. If you don't get that sequence, you don't have a trade. If you get that sequence, short the asset that has not taken out that low to the low. If you guys go look at my Twitter, it's just a fees, and search the words SMT break. This is like 50% of my trades. And it's an extremely mechanical approach. It just involves 3 steps. Mark out a higher low, right? Wait for a gap to form once one asset takes the low. Wait for the asset that took the low, trade into the gap, and the asset that didn't take the low to not trade into the gap. That is as mechanical as it gets. It's 3 steps. And you guys look, a lot of data on this. It's a high win rate, very easy model to trade. And it gets you a foundation to kind of my trading approach without doing all of the steps because, again, the hard work's already done. If you don't get that SMT fill is what it's called. SMT fill is just where one asset hits a gap, the other asset does not hit a gap. If you don't get that, you don't have a trade. And it filters out all the stuff in between. So yeah, we'll see what happens, but that would be something I would be interested in trading. And also, if you don't produce a gap, then you also don't get a trade, right? So it has all of these invalidations built into the model already. Go back test it maybe if you're interested. You'll be very surprised. And it works on any closely correlated assets. You can do this with MQ, ES, and YM. You can do this with silver and gold. You can do this with CL, RB, and HO. Okay? And you can do this with even like euro dollar, GBP, euro, right? You can do it with any pairs that are closely related. I suggest using these 3 pairs, back testing that idea. Really, really good model.
All right. So congrats, Johnny FX TRV. You won a 100K select account. So make sure to type in the chat right now so we know you're here. And also to have your email and your YouTube description so we can reach out to you. So at 500 likes, we're doing a 150K select. So make sure to like the stream. Also subscribe to the channel if you enjoy. We're currently at 465 likes. And I would say right now, not gonna look for a trade anymore. Unfortunately, I had 2 short opportunities, one of them being stop break even, one of them not being picked up. It is what it is. Not overthinking it right now. Don't really mind. It is shit happens, you know. But for all the people that are here, I am tonight gonna be able to request $10,400 on Tradeify. And did you see my record?
I saw it on your Twitter, yeah.
I'll make a share screen for the people that join, because usually I share like my day-to-day results in the beginning of the stream, but I think like 100 people are there, not most people. So let's let me share my screen right here. Let's go to accounts and funded. All right, that's currently my dashboard right now. Okay, why was it 13 trading days and now it's 14? It's 14 trading days and available for $2,080 payout, $20 payout. So yes, this is what I'm gonna do tonight. Just need to farm some pictures before, and
or you need to aura farm just a little bit.
yeah, aura farm some pictures, and aura farm some IG reels, for motivation.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
That's sick. Well done, man.
And if I go to journal here, you'll see $31,000 in net P&L, which one of those days was I made $20,000 on FOMC.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, on
is there no consistency?
No, there's no consistency.
Oh, that's beautiful. I was like, if you were on instant fund,
I would have been cooked.
You gotta pay on 2 years.
I would have been cooked. Yeah. So yeah, you can see here. So I had a very big day, built my buffer on that, and then requested the payout on Friday 7th, and then made $1,200 per account on the 11th also. So I'm going for one bigger trade, same framework, just holding it for longer, going break even, and then going for base hits. And if you ask me why do you have 100 trades in one day, sometimes I need a battle with the profit target of 250. Sometimes I'm at 239 and I need to buy sell micros in order to make 250. So that's pretty much the reason why on some days I have a lot of trades. But this is divided by 5 accounts again, so just so people note that. So usually it's 1 or 2 trades in a day, usually 1, 2, or maybe 3 max. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Dude, that's fun. And yes, Real Chris B119 XYJ Trades is my YouTube. It's just a fees, but that was like that was like a name I had on Discord 7 years ago, and it just stuck. I never changed it. So yes, that is my YouTube channel. Shameless plug for sure. That's sick, man. Well done. What are you gonna do with that payout?
Thank you so much. I always get asked that question of what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna buy?
No, what are you gonna buy? Man? So you gotta buy something nice for yourself, a small amount.
I don't know. I usually just don't spend too much. I think I get a lot of joy from, I would say, just going to the restaurant.
Yeah.
At any time that I want, doing whatever activity that I want. Not really having
to worry about it.
Yeah, not having to worry about money at all. But awesome. In terms of like, what am I gonna buy with it? I'm not too materialistic.
If you don't have like a specific materialistic kind of like thing.
Like I love watches. I love watches. Of course, I love cars and stuff. But it's for me, I prefer staying very calm.
You're sensible with it.
Yeah.
I was literally your age when I like bought my first car, like my first like nice car, and I realized it was not sustainable. Because even if you make lots of money, if you want to buy cars, dude, that's when you gotta ask yourself like, hey, this might be a bad habit to get into. You know what I mean? Those guys who got super into like buying cars, like your money can go just as fast if you're spending hundreds of thousands of cars.
When you make the count, it's never what it shows on paper. It's like, okay, let's say you buy a 100K car. Even that 100K car, you need to pay insurance.
You need to pay taxes and luxury.
You need to pay taxes. Yeah, you need to pay. What else? You need to pay for.
There's luxury tax on cars.
Bro, like at the end of all of that, bro, you are gonna end up paying 200K for a 100K car. Yeah. Literally.
I paid like 20% luxury tax on my car. They charge you GST, PST, and luxury tax. Crazy. It would have made more sense to just fly somewhere else in the world, buy the car, and get it shipped to Canada. It would have been cheaper, bro. That's actually crazy. They just, yeah, that's smart. You're sensible for sure. But
yeah, cars, they're great, but at a certain time, it will make more sense. It's not even about the money. It's really about do I really want to buy like a big car and then be attached to staying here and not traveling? I'm gonna feel bad about not using that car.
Dude, fair enough. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You gotta have. I think once you like you said, like once you start like putting your money towards like specific materialistic things, then you can inflate your lifestyle very easily, right?
Yeah, 100%.
There's something nice just about the luxury of just like going out to eat, not looking at what it costs. That's also a huge luxury.
Huge, yeah. That's absolutely huge. All right, guys, we have 500 likes right now. So I'll share another screen here because I need that chat. Okay.
The chat is telling you gotta buy a watch. You're the GOAT. You only eat once a day. You don't gotta worry about it.
I actually just eat once a day, so I don't have to worry about it too much. That's true.
What kind of watch would you buy? What's your favorite watch brand?
Rolex for sure. Yeah. I don't know which one I'd buy. I wouldn't buy anything that is. I wouldn't buy a cheap watch too.
Yeah. They're like an investment. For
if I would buy a watch, it would be probably a 50K watch or like a 30 to 40K watch if I had to buy it, because I know they're gonna hold value.
Of course, they really are an investment.
Yeah, but if you go for the cheaper watches, then it would be you probably will lose some money or like be break even.
Yeah. You also have to I think you have to make sure you don't lose it as well. Yeah, like me, I'm a little careless, so that's why I wear like almost no jewelry, bro. As you can see, like I wear this necklace in my one watch, and I'm like terrified of losing it.
What's the last word we can use, guys?
A lot. I can think of a few actually. Let's see how in tune we are. Let's see if we think of the same word.
I sent the word to the producer. We're gonna
boomer when it comes to this back-end software, to be honest.
No, I misclicked. It was gonna be scalpist.
Nice.
GG's, but now it's scalpist. Not bad, not a bad word. We're gonna run this one pretty quick because it's already 8:29. Did you eat?
No, that's what I'm gonna do right after this.
What time is it?
5:30 for me. Right?
It's 8:30 p.m.
Yeah, you must be tired. What do you stream again after this, or you're done?
No, I'm done. Okay. All right, congrats, Gray Intersection 60. Congrats, you won 150K select account from Tradeify. So it's already time for us to say goodbye, guys. It was an amazing session. We went over a lot of technicals, a lot of value here within those sessions when I'm with the fees, which is a little bit more I would say in the technical side and in the geek side, exactly like more of the professor.
We geek out a bit. True.
I'm the same. But yeah, so we appreciate you guys. I unfortunately took a break-even trade and a missed entry, so hopefully we'll get a win tomorrow. But the Asia session has been pretty hard to time lately, even if the reads were good. So do you have any closing words, my brother Afiz?
Nope. I'll see you guys on Thursday.
All right.
Awesome session today. Yeah, peace.
See you guys on Thursday.